It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school basketball here on the WBCB Sports Network. You're here at Notre Dame High School as the Fighting Irish take on the undefeated Trenton Tornadoes. I'm Rob Gilmore. I'll be joined tonight by our color analyst and cameraman, Mike Warren, and our video engineer, Colin Sommer. Mike, should be a great battle between the 6-2 Fighting Irish and the 8-0 Trenton Tornadoes. What are you looking forward to the most in tonight's game?
I think it's just the overall intensity that comes with tonight's game, Rob. When you talk about Trenton versus Notre Dame, whether it's at the High, whether it's here at Notre Dame, everybody comes out. Not just the students, not just the fans, but the media. Local media is here. NJ.com is here. The Trentonian, one of our sponsors, they're here tonight, of course. South Jersey Sports Zone is in the zone here tonight. So everybody comes out for this game because they know year in and year out, it lives up to the hype. It's almost like the high school version of Duke versus North Carolina. You always know you're going to get a good game, and we are definitely going to get a good one here tonight. These teams match up pretty well with one another. They both got a pretty decent-sized big guy right in the center that can do some damage on both sides of the floor. So I'm really looking to see how both teams defend the other team's big man and how they combat sort of that size in the middle, maybe with some shooting, maybe with some live ball runouts. We'll see, but one thing I do know for a fact tonight, Mr. Gilmore, we are going to see a great game.
It should be a great one indeed. And Trenton undefeated, and they've got a lot of talent in that starting lineup. Chris Wilson leads the team, 152 points on the season, also leads with 84 rebounds. Devontae Hudson coming off a 26-12 performance in their win over Hopewell Valley their last night out. Antoine Bridget has had a big year. Calvin Moore's had 52 assists. He leads the team. What do the Irish need to do to slow this Trenton team down?
I think more than anything, it's dictating the pace in this contest tonight, and it starts with their guard play up front. You look at Luke Foley, you look at Chris Vlahos, you're going to see a couple of guys tonight that on paper don't have a lot of hype around them, but they should, because Chris Vlahos is likely going to play some Division III or Division II basketball wherever it may be. He's a great talent. They also have a guy in Jake Croce who's a swing forward and a wing catch and shoot type of guy that can really handle the rock if they need him to be a strong perimeter presence in terms of handling the basketball. They can turn to Jake Croce as well. For the Irish tonight, it's all about dictating the pace and flow. Anytime they beat Trenton, they haven't fallen into the trap of playing that up-paced, fast-tempo type of game. Tonight, they have to do that again if they want to be victorious and give Trenton their first loss of the season.
And for the Irish, you mentioned a few of their players, but the big name, Steisher Mathilier. What are you looking for out of the Irish star tonight?
Steisher, I mean, he's a walking 20 and 10. He's a walking double-double. Any night he can go out and give you 20 points, 10 rebounds. I'm expecting him to get up for this game. Honestly, I mean, like any other game, this is a big one. This is a type of game for Notre Dame that it could be a staple win for them if they get this one tonight. And you have to look at your big guy first and foremost. You have to know double teams are coming. He's going to face multiple double teams, triple teams, pressure from all over the court tonight. What Steisher needs to do is to be Steisher. Be strong, not let the refs get in his head if he gets a couple offensive fouls for being too physical, and play his brand of basketball. Can't get frustrated with the close misses inside, just has to be resilient, has to be physical, and has to be willing to match Chris Wilson all night long.
Should be a great game here tonight from Notre Dame. Once again, the Irish coming in at 6-2, coming off a 53-45 win over Lawrence that ended a two-game losing streak in the Buck Holiday Classic. Mathilier with 18 points, 8 boards in that one. Vlahos with 10 points as well. They will look to give Trenton their first loss of the season. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip after a word from our sponsors here on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford, Subaru, or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service center services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
Ladies and gentlemen, we at Notre Dame always start our day contest with a prayer and our national anthem. Please join us in a pregame prayer followed by our national anthem. Our nation and all nations can use a prayer in time of need. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Father in heaven, we ask for your blessing on the game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play the game in a manner which by our words and actions is pleasing to you. Let us enter into the competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask your Father to bless each one of us, and especially the coaches, officials, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us to be aware of your presence with us in the game. Amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the starting lineups for the visiting Trenton Tornadoes. First, number 3, Antoine Bridget. Number 4, number 22, Chris Wilson. Number 2, Colin Moore. And number 1, Javier Miller. The Trenton Tornadoes are coached by Gerald Young and Austin Wood.
And now, for the starting lineup for your Notre Dame
electric.
We're back here at Notre Dame High School, just about ready for tip-off. Tonight's game brought to you by the Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford Subaru, New Jersey Education Association, Revere Restaurant, Team Toyota, Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Notre Dame High School, Hyundai of Trenton, the Trentonian, the Italian People's Bakery, Jammer Doors, Capital Area YMCA, Saul Funeral Homes, and Mako of Ewing. The starting lineups for the Irish: number 1, Luke Foley; number 4, Chris Vlahos; number 15, Jake Croce; number 20, Donovan Cottrell; and number 22, Steisher Mathilier. And for the Tornadoes, number 1, Demir Bally; number 3, Antoine Bridget; number 4, Devontae Hudson; number 5, Brazil Fields; and number 22, Chris Wilson. As the Tornadoes, with the opening possession of the game, come up empty. And now a turnover. Trenton pushing it, and now slowing things down and looking to get set up offensively. A little bit of miscommunication down low. The Irish come away with it. And Luke Foley will bring the ball across the timeline and almost throws it away in the corner. As the Irish looking to be the first ones on the board, driving to the basket, pulling it up, kicking out, 3 ball on the way, up and front rim, no good. Mathilier going up for the board, but goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Tornadoes. As Antoine Bridget, 3 ball on the way. Bridget's 3, long, no good. Loose ball batted around. It goes out of bounds. And it'll be Irish basketball, 6:47 to go here in the opening period. As Luke Foley gets it into Croce. Irish, good ball movement. Croce gets it back, kicks it out. And eventually a 3 ball is on the way. Donovan Cottrell long with the 3. And it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Trenton.
Still looking for the first points in this one, Rob, and a lot of perimeter-centric offense for both of these teams so far. Not looking inside for either of the big men, but it's been pretty hard to get it to either of them.
As Calvin Moore kicks it out, 3 ball on the way. That one no good, rebounded by the Irish. Vlahos sizing things up. Chris Vlahos, one of the veteran leaders of this team, kicks it out. Good ball movement by the Irish. Croce's 3, no good. Mathilier gets the offensive board and cannot get the putback. And now the Tornadoes driving to the basket, unable to get that one to go. And a loose ball, jump ball, and it'll be the Irish possession. As 5:49 left here in the first quarter, Mike, we are still scoreless. Some up-tempo basketball, but just unable to get the ball in the basket.
Yeah, both of these teams still looking for that first bucket, still trying to get into their original offensive sets. Nothing easy. Give credit to both of these defenses.
As Cottrell gets it into Mathilier. Mathilier triple team, kicks it out to Cottrell. His 3 is on the way. Off the rim, no good. Mathilier with the offensive board. Gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Irish.
And see, this is where the Irish need to make Trenton pay. A triple team on Steisher Mathilier and a wide open Donovan Cottrell. He can't capitalize. Vlahos open earlier, couldn't capitalize. The Irish need to knock down some shots if Steisher's going to be seeing double and triple teams all night.
Steisher left hand up, no good. And rebounded by Trenton. Quickly pushing it the other way is Antoine Bridget. He pulls up, kicks it out, 3 ball on the way, up and good. Demir Bailey, the first basket of the game is a triple. And the Tornadoes on the board first. Irish looking to respond. Vlahos looking for Methelier turns it over. And now an errant pass going the other way. I'll go back to the Irish.
A lot of up and down, but not a lot of scoring so far. If you're Notre Dame, what do we talk about in the pregame? Controlling the tempo, controlling the pace. You got to be okay with taking some time off the clock here and working an offensive set just to get a good shot and a good look.
As Vlahos looking for Methelier. Nice play by Methelier to bring that one in. He gets the layup to go. Irish on the board.
Don't look now. Trenton's very quick to get the ball in. They want to push the tempo as much as they can. They don't even care that the other team scores. Just give us the ball and let's run our offense.
Calvin Moore sizing things up. Crosses over. Driving to the basket. Hands it off. And now Bridget. Bridget drives. Bridget right-hand layup up and good. Nicely done by Antoine Bridget.
Yeah, I think Luke Foley thought he was going to have some backside help there. It just wasn't there. No forward on the baseline. And an easy layup for Antoine Bridget.
Now foul on the floor called against the Tornadoes. I believe that's number 1, Demir Bailey.
This is something we talked about as well during the Trentonian pregame show, Rob, was that this is going to be a full court game. Trenton's going to want to make you play a full 94 feet. And a foul gets called against Chris Vlahos here for a push-off.
And that's not a good foul by Vlahos.
So now Trenton will get it under their own basket. These are the type of mistakes that if they start to mount up, can really dig yourself in a hole deep against a team like Trenton who executes so well.
Brazil Fields inbounds. It gets it into Calvin Moore. Moore sizing things up. And gets it out. 3 ball is on the way. Front rim, no good. Rebounded by the Tornadoes. And a pass deflected. Stays inbounds. And able to collect it is Chris Wilson. He gets his first bucket of the game. 7-2 lead for Trenton. Irish looking to respond. Methelier kicks it back out. Vlahos driving to the basket. Has it knocked away. Tornadoes pushing it up the court quickly. Moore drives. Moore gets it down low. A nice look to Devontae Hudson. It's a 9-2 Trenton lead with 3:26 to go in the opening quarter. And a timeout called by the Irish as they look to keep this one from getting away from them early. Make your New Year's resolution to stay in shape and to stay healthy at your neighborhood capital area YMCA at 359 Pennington Avenue in Trenton. Adults and senior citizens, your hometown capital area YMCA offers fitness classes to meet your goals with convenient hours, even for those who work. Yoga classes, silver sneaker programs, total body fitness classes, spin and stretch classes, even hip-hop step classes. The capital area YMCA has state-of-the-art workout equipment. For more information on their classes and wellness center, visit Capital YMCA. That's capitalymca.org. Your hometown capital area YMCA at 359 Pennington Avenue in Trenton, offering you a better and healthier lifestyle in 2023.
So, Rob, we've seen about 5 minutes, almost 5 minutes off the clock here in the first quarter. And Coach Tim Stevens wanting to talk some things over. Doesn't like the defensive rotations for his Irish squad. Doesn't like how they're really taking care of the basketball, if I had to guess to this point. But it's not danger time. It's a game of runs, and you just got to be able to have a run of your own and withstand some of these Trenton runs.
As Cottrell gets it over to Foley. Foley gets it into Methelier. Methelier looking around. Good look for Vlahos. Has it knocked away. Croce picks up the loose ball. Misses his first shot. Gets his rebound. And knocked out of bounds on the putback attempt. Irish getting some chances, a lot of second chance opportunities. They just have not been able to capitalize thus far.
And you want to see some of these post players start using pump fakes more, get these Trenton defenders up in the air, and that's how you'll draw some fouls and get to the charity stripe. Another way to calm things down, get to the free throw line, get some fouls in your favor. But Notre Dame hasn't done a good job of holding on to the basketball at this point or being strong with the rock. They have to do that.
Foley looking to get it in, gets it in a layup attempt, left-handed, no good. Rebounded by the Tornadoes as they quickly push it up the court and pulling out and moving the basketball around. Good ball movement by Trenton here as they'll settle things down. Calvin Moore quarterbacking the offense. Crosses over, nice move, kicks it out, 3-ball on the way. Front rim, no good, rebounded by the Irish. And trying to move quickly, they end up throwing it out of bounds. A undisciplined turnover by Notre Dame.
Donovan Cottrell trying to make his point to the refs that Coach Darnell Young in the way for Trenton out on the floor. Might have had a case there, but wasn't nearly out on as far out on the floor as their JV coach was during the JV game.
Tornadoes looking to build on an early 9-2 lead in this one. Antoine Bridget driving, kicks it out. And nice crossover move, left hand layup. Calvin Moore, a tough one. He gets it to go. And now the Irish looking to respond. And they get the basket and the foul. Chris Vlahos, a big bucket to stop the bleeding. And he's got a chance for one more at the charity strike.
Chris Vlahos just says enough is enough. Give me the ball. I'm going the distance to the floor. And whoever's in my way, I'm going to do my best to elevate over them. One of the more underrated qualities that Vlahos has is his leaping ability. He's about 6'3" on paper, but he plays like he's 6'6" around the glass because of how high he can soar.
And he hits the first foul shot. The three-point pit play completed. It's an 11-5 game in favor of Trenton. Bridget looking to get things going for the Tornado offense. And Brazil Fields has his pass knocked away. Mathilier fighting for the loose ball. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Tornadoes.
So that's a loose ball there. If you're Coach Tim Stevens, you kind of want to see Steesher just yank it away, rip it away, and be a little tenacious there. That time still just kind of letting the Tornado defense kind of battle with him a little bit. You might want to try and, show his strength off a little bit and throw some of these, not an elbow, but just get the ball away. Be strong one time and show that you're the strongest guy on the floor.
Show that you're the biggest guy on the floor, right, for sure. Tornadoes in no hurry on this possession. Now driving to the basket. Nice spin move, but a wild shot attempt. And a putback is good. That's Devontae Hudson, Chris Wilson with the putback. And the Irish, here's Croce getting into Mathilier. Mathilier, left-hand layup, up and good. Just making that one look easy is Steesher Mathilier. And now the Tornadoes quickly right back down the court. And unable to get the layup to the fall. Mathilier with the rebound. The Irish looking to break out. And they are eventually able to break that press. Now swing it around, Vlahos on the baseline. He stepped out of bounds.
He doesn't step out of bounds if he doesn't get hip checked.
Fair point.
Yeah, I mean, that's about a blocking foul every time, but I guess not tonight.
Under a minute to go, under 40 seconds to go, actually. Trenton with a 6-point lead, 13-7 here in the opening quarter. Antoine Bridget gets it in, now driving to the basket and getting the shot to fall is Chris Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson answering Mathilier, just saying, listen, I'm a big guy too. I can get buckets in a plethora of ways. He's showing it.
15-7 lead for the Tornadoes here as we're under 10 seconds in the opening quarter. Vlahos got to get something going here. Driving to the basket, kicks it out. And now Croce. They got to get a shot off here. They do at the buzzer. It's no good. And we'll head to the first intermission with the score Trenton 15, Notre Dame 7. We'll be back with the second quarter here on the WBCB Sports Network after a quick word from our sponsors.
Please give a round of applause for Chris Spicer, class of 2021, Adam Albanowski, class of 2017, Ron Hess, class of 1992.
Hey, Mike, if you want to do a read at the next break in the action.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all good, no worries.
As we are back here at Notre Dame High School to begin the second quarter of play, the Irish trailing by 8. After one, Mathilier looking to get things going offensively, kicks it out, 3-ball on the way. Back rim, no good, rebounded by Croce. Croce drives, he spins, has it knocked away, gains possession. Jay Croce kicks it out, 3 is on the way. Up and good, a big shot by John Merloose. A big 3 makes it a 15-10 game here in the early stages of the second quarter.
Poise coming off the bench is JP Merloose. He's ready for these varsity moments. He's ready for this game. Just watching him in warm-ups, had a lot of bounce in his step, a lot of swag. This kid's ready to go tonight, and a big-time shot from beyond the arc. Notre Dame needed that.
And now an errant pass by the Tornadoes. So a big shot and then a big defensive possession and a chance to kind of get something going here. As Cottrell brings it up across the midcourt line. Donovan Cottrell kicks it over, Jake Croce. Merloose gets it in. Mathilier double teamed. Mathilier gets it back to Merloose, who kicks it out. Cottrell over to Croce. Croce has it knocked away, that's a turnover. And now breaking the other way and getting the block. What a block by Mathilier.
Wow, they called it goaltending.
I don't know about that one.
Wow.
Looked like a clean block from here. Looked like it was definitely on the way up.
Wow.
So count the basket. It's a 17-10 game. Just an unfortunate break for the Irish as they get it into Mathilier. Mathilier driving to the basket, spins around, gets it back out. Irish trying to get an open look. Stisha Mathilier, nice move and a nice play to get the scoop layup. Stisha Mathilier, second bucket of the game. Keeping the Irish within reach. It's a 17-12 ball game. Wilson, his shot, nicely done. A smooth jumper by Chris Wilson. A long 2.
That's something that Trenton's probably going to be okay with doing. Bringing Mathilier out of the paint and allowing Chris Wilson to use his sort of stretch 4 type of combo bag that he has. And yeah, that could be an advantage for Trenton. That's something to watch for sure.
The Irish able to recover their own loose ball. Croce layup is no good. Get the offensive rebound. And they kick it out. Croce's 3 is on the way. That one back rim, no good. Rebounded by the Tornadoes. Trenton looking to build on a 7-point lead. 3-ball, no good. Rebounded. And a foul called, I believe, against Trenton.
Yeah, over the back they got, I think, Brazil Fields on that one, number 5 for Trenton. But you're seeing so far, the defense from Trenton has been impressive to this point. They're doing a great job rotating. Even when they get caught off balance, Notre Dame has not been able to make them pay to this point. So from a defensive standpoint, you got to be pretty encouraged if you're Coach Young and for this Trenton squad, because they're doing everything you can ask, and Notre Dame's not making you pay for your lapses.
There haven't been a whole lot of open looks for the Irish at the offensive end, and Trenton's also made it tough for them to break that press that they've been putting on. The Irish trouble getting it in again here. Luke Foley now able to get across midcourt. Gets it back from Mathilier. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Vlahos. Vlahos back to Foley, into Mathilier. Stisha Mathilier spins, he's triple teamed again. And it goes out of bounds. Excuse me, a jump ball. And it'll belong to Trenton. Tornadoes' stout defense so far in this one. And now a loose ball and a
Great play by Luke Foley.
great job by Foley to keep it alive and regain possession for the Irish. And now driving to the basket as Foley has that one knocked away. He steals it back and gets it into Mathilier. Mathilier. What are they going to call here? A jump ball. It's going to
Wow. This ref comes out of nowhere with a technical? That's terrible. That's terrible. You can't do that. Like, 10 years later, just because the fans get into it, man, that's so bad.
What is going on here?
That is not the right call at all. He's playing the whistle. A great acting job, but man, I mean, I get Steischer's a big guy, but I mean, that you can't call a technical on that. You're playing basketball, right? Like
Sometimes you just got to let them play.
Exactly. This early in the game to call a technical there is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And if that's a standard you're going to set, then you need to call fouls early on in the game. But that's just
and call them both ways.
That's ridiculous. Too. That's just come on. What are we doing here? You're making it a moment out of nothing. Because 90% of the people in the building reacted to him getting thrown to the ground. The ref felt inclined to call a technical.
So it
looks like they got rid of the technical foul. They got it right. Yeah, you can't do that. This is a kid's sport. Like, this wasn't malicious. Come on, man.
And the Irish maintain possession. They get it into Mathilier. He gets it over to Merluz. JP Merluz better watch his footing there near the center court line. Gets it over to Vlahos. Vlahos into Merluz. Gets it over to Mathilier. Steischer gets it out. Gets it back. Right hand shot up, no good. Unable to get his own board. Rebounded by the Tornadoes. Trenton looking to put some distance on the scoreboard here. A good defense by the Irish. Now backing down, lowering the shoulder, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Devontae Hudson.
It's one of those fouls back when I was playing that I didn't like at all, because when you're an undersized big guy, to create leverage, you need to use your shoulders and your frame. But the second a ref sees you lower that shoulder, you're going to get called for the offensive foul.
So the Irish back with possession. Breakout pass knocked away. Good idea there, Merluz cutting to the basket, but a nice recovery by the Trenton defense. As we're midway through the second quarter here, Irish trailing by 7. They get it into Mathilier. Mathilier, now JP Merluz with possession, crosses over, unable to find an open look. Get it over to Vlahos, into Mathilier, back out to Vlahos. His three is on the way. That one long, no good, rebounded by Trenton.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident.
Basket, kicking it out, 3 ball on the way, an air ball. Rebounded by the Irish, and now push it the other way. Irish looking to get some kind of an open look here. JP Merluz sizing things up. He's now teamed up in the corner, and a foul called against Brazil Fields.
They're going to call the hold, but you could have called a bear hug.
That's a 6-team foul against Trenton.
Again, give credit where credit is due, man. Trenton's style of play, it can really frustrate you at times, especially when you get clean looks in the half court. Notre Dame, less than a handful of clean looks in the half court tonight, but every single time, it just hasn't worked out for them.
Luke Foley has it knocked away, regains possession. The aggressive Tornado defense causing problems as Mathilier now. Long 3 is on the way, in and out, no good, rebounded by Mathilier, and a loose ball. And possession regained by the Irish. Great hustle, and they get the timeout called.
It's a heady play by your captain and Jake Croce, getting on the floor, doing the extra effort, the next best thing for your team, get possession and call timeout.
Yeah, really nice play there. Good hustle by Jake Croce. And have a break in the action here. And who has the car inventory in Mercer and Bucks counties? The all-new Hyundai of Trenton has cars priced from $2,000 to $200,000 and everything in between. The all-new Hyundai models, pre-owned cars and SUVs from BMW, Audi, Cadillac, Ford, Chevy, and other models. Hyundai of Trenton has the inventory ready for immediate delivery. Hyundai of Trenton, the area's newest auto dealer, has cars in stock at 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township.
And don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian.
So we're still with a 19-12 Tornado lead over the Irish, 2:54 to go in the second quarter. Not a whole lot of offense in this one. Mike, what do you think the key would be for the Irish to kind of get something going and maybe get a few open looks offensively?
I think with a team like Trenton, who they defend so intensely and they extend their pressure so far out, your best bet is to work the ball as quickly as you can. Although it's not a zone, they play a really, like I said, an extensive man. Quick passing, quick cuts to the basket, quick backdoor cuts, and your off-ball movements have to be sharp and quick as well. Getting them to fall for V-cuts, jab steps into the lane, and popping back out. A guy like J.P. Merluz or a Donovan Cottrell or even a Chris Vlaho should look into V-cuts all day long. Start baseline, pop back out to the three-point line, and see if you can create some more space and some more time for you to hopefully knock down some more of these outside shots. The Irish have had the looks from beyond the arc all night long. They're just not hitting them yet. The second the shots start falling, it's going to be a much closer game, but it's going to be tough to rely on that. It's tough for your players to rely on that when you're not seeing them go in the basket.
So, yeah, so far in this one, with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, they have not been able to get much spacing down low, especially for Steve Mathilier, who's had a number of second chance opportunities, but every time he touches the ball, he's got 3-4 defenders all over him.
And a good way for him to get loose is to simply be a distraction. Go set a bunch of screens. Don't always be the focal point. Set screens and people will forget about you.
Good ball movement here by the Irish. Croce picks up his dribble, and now a turnover. Tornadoes headed the other way. Left-hand layup, a right-hand layup, and a foul on the way up.
It's a really heady play by Antoine Bridget. Understanding that Croce's on the chase down, he uses his body and the rim to shield the ball there and draw the foul. It's a really smart play, and you can tell he's been running this offense for years now. One of the best point guards in Mercer County, without a doubt. Antoine Bridget, he knows what the coaches are expecting of him from Trenton High.
Bridget's first free throw, back rim, no good. First trip to the foul line tonight for the Tornadoes. 1 of 2 at the line. That extends it to a 20-12 lead. The 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Irish looking to get something going offensively. And aggressive defense again by the Tornadoes. Now Jake Croce with the basketball. Picks up his dribble. Was looking for Mathilier there. Wild pass picked off by Vlahos. Now Vlahos able to get some spacing. A running layup, no good. An offensive rebound. Vlahos gets his own miss and rejected. But it comes out and a three is on the way. That one in and out, no good. Mathilier fighting for the loose ball, unable to get it. Trenton comes away with it.
That was a carry.
And now turnover at the other end. And slipping on the court, turning it over. Trenton gets it back. About 1:40 to go before the half, and a chance to extend their lead. Antoine Bridget pulls up. Now Hudson, he kicks it out. Demir Bailey gets it over to Wilson. Wilson hands off to Bridget. No hurry here for the Tornadoes. Bridget switches hands, left hand pulls up, jumper on the way, front rim no good. Rebounded by the Irish. Luke Foley, as we close in on a minute to go here in the opening half, gets it over to Croce. Croce to Mathilier. Steisher Mathilier drives, right-hand shot, up and good. A big shot by Steisher Mathilier.
Sometimes you just can't stop size and strength, and Steisher understanding that. He's got to be even more aggressive than he has been to this point.
Irish within 6, 40 seconds to go, 20-14. And now a steal. Croce knocks it away. Mathilier comes up with it. Flahos driving, right-hand layup, no good. And the foul called against Chris Flahos. That'll be the 4th team foul against the Irish.
It's definitely Steisher's second as well, so you're going to have to be cautious with him. Let him get a breather for the rest of the half. Now Irish go a little bit small ball here, an all-guard lineup. Croce acting as the one lone forward on the court. Merloose sort of playing another forward for them in this scenario.
No hurry for Bridget here as we're under 15 seconds to go. Antoine Bridget. Under 10 seconds. Bridget now driving to the basket, tripped up on the way, no call. Recovered by the Irish, now heave at the buzzer. A lot of contact. Chris Flahos not happy about the no call, but we're gonna head to the half with the score Trenton 20, Notre Dame 14. We'll be back with the first half wrap up and second half basketball after a word from our sponsors here on the WBCB Sports Network.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. This is Merrill Reese reminding you that Haldeman Ford Subaru on Route 33 in Hamilton Township is more than just a great place to purchase a new Ford, Subaru, or pre-owned car or truck. Their collision and service centers services all makes and models and specializes in fleet service. Haldeman's Collision Center is renowned for their work. It's a state-of-the-art facility, all insurance accepted, free estimates and loaner cars available, and one of the friendliest staffs around. From small dents to major repairs on any make or model, it's Haldeman Ford Subaru Collision Center, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They're good!
This is Angelo Onofre, your Mercer County prosecutor, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County student athletes the best of luck, and also urge parents to stay involved in your children's school activities. Extracurricular events are a great way to keep your sons and daughters focused, and it does not have to be athletics. They can be involved with the drama club, the school band, even the debate team. An involved student today has a brighter future tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
The Gator, Jerry Blavitt, inviting you to come on by and experience true traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant at 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You're always welcome at the restaurant. I mean, it's like stepping back in time. You feel like you're dining in South Philadelphia or in New York's Little Italy restaurant. You can start the meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. You choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood, steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The restaurant is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private rooms are available for special affairs, plus we do catering. Remember, the Revere Restaurant, 609-882-6365. Again, that's 609-882-6365. Come on home and experience the true taste of Italy at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. 1490 WBCB Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
The visiting Trenton Tornadoes. Rob Gilmore, Mike Warren on the call for this one. A very scrappy defensive first half. Notre Dame not able to get a whole lot going offensively. Neither team really able to get a whole lot going. But Mike, what do the Irish need to do? And we talked about this a little bit before the break, but what's the key for the Irish to really open things up a little bit and kind of get things going offensively in the second half?
First things first, taking care of the basketball. You can't allow Trenton's intensity, physicality, and overall pace of play to cause you to force turnovers, or turn the ball over, I should say, to cause you to throw it away or not hold on to the ball. There's been a couple of close ones around the rim. They just weren't finishing. Probably 2 or 3 layups in this half or the first half where they go in. This is a 2-point game going into the half, and it's a lot different of a look. I mean, you said it when we went into the locker room. You're like, it's kind of nuts that this is a 6-point game with how well defensively Trenton has played. Notre Dame's just gotten their buckets at the right time. They've stopped Trenton from going on an 8-0 or a 10-0 run. They've really only held it to 4 or 6 straight points, and they've had timely scoring to sort of keep them within a 1 or a 2 possession game like we have right now. So for Notre Dame, it's simple. Hold on to the basketball and get into your rhythm. How do you do that? Move the ball. Like we said, create separation along the baseline. Steischer, keep getting the ball into him. They will collapse. He'll be able to kick out. And you just hope that Vlahos, Cottrell, Merloose, and alike can start to hit those shots from beyond the arc if you're the Irish.
Yeah, we've been talking about Trenton's defense and how aggressive they've been and how well they played so far in this game. But I think we've got to give some credit to the Irish defense as well. They've forced a lot of turnovers. They've made a number of great hustle plays, especially towards the end of the second quarter there. And they've done everything that they could possibly do to really keep them within arm's length in this game so far.
Without a doubt. It's definitely been a defensive showcase to this point. Loose balls galore, a lot of batted passes, a lot of balls getting brought down close to the floor off of rebounds and stuff. So you're seeing those balls get poked away. Again, who's going to take care of the basketball and who's going to turn those turnovers into points at the other end? Points off turnovers and knocking down open shots are going to be the recipe for who wins this game. I got a really good feeling about that.
That and the second chance opportunities that the Irish have had so many of in this basketball game, and they just have not been able to capitalize so far. If they can change that, if they can get those second chance opportunities to fall, then they'll be in a good place in this basketball game.
Right, and you wonder, how do you free up Steischer other than him just doing it on his own? But Jake Croce could be a guy that spells him. He's got some size as well. He can get lost on the baseline and even flash the high post at times.
Tornadoes with possession to open the second half. And kicking it out, long shot is on the way up and no good. Rebounded by Vlahos, and a loose ball gets knocked out of bounds. Off of Vlahos, it's going to stay with the Tornadoes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The camera just showed him hit it out of bounds. Everyone at home saw that. The other guy right here with the camera saw it too.
And a layup attempt is good. That is Chris Wilson. First one on the board here in the second half. And now a turnover. Now driving to the basket and getting it off and out of bounds. Passing up an open layup, a very open layup, was Demir Bally.
I guess we're changing the rules to lacrosse rules. Closest man to the ball gets possession, because that's the second time Trenton's hit it out of bounds and gotten it back.
Tornadoes. Wilson hands it off to Fields. Brazil Fields. He's driving, right-hand shot, up, no good. Loose ball knocked away and out of bounds, and this time it's going to go to the Irish.
Third time's a charm.
I'll be honest with you, Mike, I thought that one went off the Irish.
That one actually did look that way.
And they throw away the inbounds pass.
And as the old saying goes, the ball does not lie. So Trenton gets the ball back.
So some sloppy play by the Irish results in Trenton regaining possession. And getting it over, Brazil Fields getting the layup to fall. It's up to a 10-point lead for the Tornadoes. And the Irish now looking for a response. Luke Foley. Foley defended very well, gets it into Mathilier. Steischer Mathilier held in check so far in this one. Vlahos in possession. No open looks for the Irish so far on this possession. Vlahos crosses over, gets it back to Foley. Foley picks up his dribble into Mathilier. Steicher Mathilier driving to the basket, right-hand shot, no good. It goes out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Tornadoes. So a long possession comes up empty for Notre Dame. Antoine Bridget gets it over to Wilson. Chris Wilson, the leading scorer and leading rebounder. Wilson switches over, drives to the basket, right-hand layup, up and good. Nicely done by Chris Wilson. Biggest lead of the game for the Tornadoes that are up by 12. A 26-14 game here, 5:45 to go in the third quarter. Vlahos makes a nice move to get it down the court. Cottrell gets it over to Foley. Foley drives, gets it off to Mathilier, back to Foley, kicks it out. Cottrell three on the way. Long, no good. Mathilier fighting for the offensive board, unable to come up with it. And now turnover. A steal by the Irish. Vlahos kicks it out. Foley's three. Croce, long with that one, rebounded by the Tornadoes. And driving to the basket, drawing some contact. And that'll be a foul called. And Devontae Hudson will head to the foul line.
A season ago, to start the year, Trenton was without Chris Wilson. So their big guy essentially was Devontae Hudson, a guy that listed out on paper about 6'4", but again, similar to Vlahos, plays bigger than he actually is, can really jump out of the gym, a tremendous athlete. And there was a game last year where he had a triple-double with 10 steals. That just doesn't happen all that often. So his defensive tenacity and intensity is off the charts.
Hudson, the second leading scorer for this Tornado team, comes into the game with 102 points on the season, including, as I mentioned in the pregame, 26 to go along with 12 rebounds in their most recent game, a 63-49 win over Hopewell Valley. So he can be the star player when Trenton needs him to be. Comes up empty from the foul line, however. And now good hands by the Irish defense and eventually kicked out of bounds by Devontae Hudson. See if the Irish can get something going offensively. Luke Foley across midcourt. Gets it into Mathilier, back to Foley, drives, kicks it out.
Out of bounds, Irish ball.
And it'll go out of bounds off the Tornadoes. And an errant inbounds pass, not sure what they were trying to do there. Looked like that might have been deflected, and it was. Stay with the Irish. Into Mathilier. He's looking for Croce. Croce fell down. Now Mathilier driving to the basket, and he has it stripped away. And now stolen back. And a loose ball eventually picked up by Trenton. A lot of contact on the layup attempt. And Brazil Fields will be heading to the foul line. So with 4:38 remaining in the third quarter and the Tornadoes leading by 12, they now have a chance to extend that lead. Second team foul against Notre Dame. Fields gets the bounce on the first one.
And if you're the Irish, where do you find offense? Right now, nothing's really working for you. Maybe a change in the half-court set will help, but you've got to find something offensively. Still scoreless in the second half.
1 of 2 at the line, and a loose ball eventually picked up by Trenton. Tornadoes, a 7-0 run to open the second half, looking to extend that. Wilson switches up. Wilson driving, right-hand layup, up and good. Chris Wilson turning it up a notch here in the second half. And now Foley dribbles it off his own leg and calls a timeout. It's an ugly beginning to the second half here for the Irish as they have been outscored 9-0. The Italian People's Bakery is proud to support high school sports on the WBCB Sports Network. Visit them at their signature location at 63 Butler Street for the finest rolls, deli meats, and pastries. Drive by to smell that homemade bread made daily or have them cater your next party or affair. The Italian People's Bakery, located in 63 Butler Street, is the place to go for the best hoagies on Sunday afternoon and the finest dessert trays for your special get-together. Visit them once again at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. Jammer Doors and Windows is a fourth-generation family-owned and operated business since 1920 with showrooms in Lawrenceville and Yardley. Jammer provides sales, service, and installation of garage doors and openers featuring Rainer garage doors, both steel and aluminum. Rainer garage doors are crafted for durability. Jammer also has entry doors, patio doors, storm doors, and windows, and they do their own work and installation using no subcontractors. Visit them at their showroom at 2850 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. The Yardley showroom open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. Jammer Doors and Windows, 101 years of quality and commitment, and A+ from the Better Business Bureau. That's a tongue twister.
So still full court pressure being applied here by Trenton. And how do the Irish combat it?
As Vlahos loses a handle on the way up. A foul.
It's just not Irish ball at all. Vlahos clearly lost it on the way up and it goes out of bounds. No one touched it, but the refs are going to give it back to Notre Dame.
Excuse me, no foul, just out of bounds. They ruled it off of Trenton, as you said, clearly off of the Irish. Notre Dame looking to take advantage, instead they turn it over. Trenton nursing a 15-point lead, their largest of the game. Wilson drives, has it knocked away, loose ball picked up by the Tornadoes. A pull-up jumper, no good, rebounded by Luke Foley, and he's going to quickly push it up the court. Irish looking to get something going, another loose ball picked up by Mathilier. He kicks it out. And now a nice pass and down low Vlahos, a lot of contact on the way up, no call, but he gets the loose ball back. Foley's three is on the way. That one off the rim. Rebounded by Vlahos. He drives. His layup up and good. First points of the second half by Chris Vlahos.
If I'm the Irish, I'm doing nothing but trying ways to attack the rim and force the ref's hand into foul calls here. Outside shots aren't falling. Got to find a way to get some quick passes and quick backdoor cuts, and looks at the rim.
And a beautiful look, and Devontae Hudson throws it down. Devontae Hudson showing that leaping ability that you talked about. A one-hand dunk makes it a 31-16 game. Meanwhile, Vlahos at the other end. Three ball is good. A big shot by Chris Vlahos. And now the Tornadoes in transition. And Hudson draws the foul call and almost got the bucket to fall.
I just want to know what Jake Croce's supposed to do in that situation. Stand straight up. Guy with the ball initiates contact with him, but he gets called for the block. Personally, I wouldn't have blown the whistle there. I mean, some of the plays that have gone silent tonight, that should have been one of them.
Hudson off the mark with the first free throw. See if that three ball by Vlahos can get something going for the Irish. They've had some good looks from downtown, have not been able to connect, but that last one finally able to get one to go. As Hudson goes 1 of 2 at the line. JP Merluz back into the game for the Irish, and a nice pass. Now Vlahos' layup is good. Chris Vlahos getting things going offensively. And now a 32-21 game. Tornadoes looking to respond. Instead, they turn it over. Good hustle by the Irish. Luke Foley crosses over, and now he loses a handle, and that's going to be a backcourt violation.
It's hard to be a backcourt violation when the Trenton defender touches the ball first. It's by the rule, that is not the right call. It just is not. And if we had $1 for every time these officials have simply gotten it wrong tonight, I think we'd have about $15.
Be a little bit richer, buy a few lottery tickets with that.
That's a lot of gas in New Jersey.
The Italian People's Bakery is proud to support high school sports on the WBCB Sports Network. Visit them at their signature location at 63 Butler Street for the finest rolls, deli meats, and pastries. Drive by to smell that homemade bread made daily or have them cater your next party or affair. The Italian People's Bakery, located on 63 Butler Street, is a place to go for the best hoagies on Sunday afternoon and the finest dessert trays for your special get-together. Visit them once again at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg, the Italian People's Bakery since 1936. As we're about to come out of the timeout, Irish trailing by 11, a minute 47 to go in the third quarter. Starting to come alive a little bit offensively, at least Chris Vlahos has been the last few times down the court.
He's somebody that can pour it in bunches, as we're seeing right now. Really, the only offense that Notre Dame has had in the second half has been from Chris Vlahos. But stay with it, right? Ride the hot hand. Let him sort of run your offense and run your offense through him, because you don't know how this Trenton defense is going to react the next time he gets the ball.
Tornadoes, they get it in. Hudson gets it off, and a layup attempt by Wilson is no good. Rebounded by Notre Dame. Irish looking to get back into this one, down by 11. Mathilier driving to the basket, left hand layup up and good. Steicher Mathilier, his first bucket of the second half. And now the Tornadoes trying to be aggressive. They end up throwing it out of bounds.
You mentioned it earlier, Rob. Notre Dame's done a good job forcing turnovers tonight. That time, that was Trenton forcing their own turnover. Just a little too aggressive on the outlet pass, trying to find Hudson in transition, breaking the press.
It's those unforced errors that'll come back to haunt a team. We'll see if that costs the Tornadoes. Good ball movement by Notre Dame. A good recovery defensively by Trenton. Right-hand drive. Cottrell kicks it out. They get it into Mathilier. Mathilier spins. His right-hand layup is no good, but he draws the contact. Steicher Mathilier, only about a 50% free throw shooter on the season, but he will head to the foul line for two.
You've seen the overall offensive game plan shift here for Notre Dame. Quick passes, backdoor cuts, inside looks. Done with the outside shooting for now.
Steicher a bit long on the first free throw. They'll have one more at the line. By the way, that's just the first team foul against Trenton here in the second half. 3 so far for the Irish. Mathilier 1 of 2 at the line. It's now an 8-point game. The Irish crawling back into it after having been down by 15.
Now the Irish going to implement their own full court press. Let's see if it can force another turnover here.
As we're down to 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Driving to the basket, left-hand layup, nicely done. That was Calvin Moore, athletic layup. Brings the lead back to double digits for Trenton. Luke Foley trying to answer. He picks up his dribble, he gets it to a cutting Vlahos, wide open, nicely done. Chris Vlahos getting it going. Gets his team back within 8. And now Notre Dame defender falls down. Now a loose ball.
That's not a jump ball either. He's tackling him on the ground, wrapped around his body, and it's a jump ball. Not the right call again. Did they keep the JV refs on this game? I'm just wondering.
I'll be honest, Mike, it kind of seems like it. The Irish do get it in. Vlahos needs to get a shot off. His shot at the buzzer up and short. So we'll head to the third intermission with the Irish trailing 34-26 to Trenton. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here on the WBCB Sports Network after a quick word from our sponsors. Or like first break, I guess. Whichever is easier for you.
Yep.
So we're back here at Notre Dame High School. The Irish once again trailing 34-26 to the visiting Trenton Tornadoes as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Irish began to make some inroads after trailing by 15 early on in the third quarter. They started to get a little bit going offensively. And we'll see if they can continue that momentum and draw closer here in the fourth. Spin move, driving to the basket and having it knocked away. Irish come up with it. That's Dylan Nelson into the game for the first time for Notre Dame with the steal. And now Luke Foley in possession. Foley, a nice pass to a cutting Donovan Cottrell. Great pass by Foley, great finish by Cottrell. It's a 6-point game. And now it's Trenton who's looking to respond here. As Antoine Britcha able to get it off to Wilson. Wilson gets it over to Hudson. Hudson to Calvin Moore. Moore turns it over. A loose ball eventually picked up by the Irish. Once again, that hustle defensively wreaking havoc, and now a great look down low, layup up and good. We got a 10-point game. JP Merloose, a 4-point game. What a run by the Irish there within 4 with 6:44 to go in the fourth quarter.
This is the closest it's been since it was 3-2 or 6-2 earlier in this game. I mean, turning defense into offense. What have the Irish done over the last 2 or so minutes of gameplay? They've won 50-50 balls, they've finished inside looks, and they've somehow found a way to space the Tornadoes defense out without knocking down outside shots.
And they're getting those finishes that they weren't getting earlier in the game.
Correct, yeah, and it's impressive. Whether they're riding momentum from the coaching staff, the momentum from the fans here in the building, something has clicked for Notre Dame defensively, and they're ready to match the intensity level that this Trenton defense has shown them tonight.
This was once a 15-point game early on in the third quarter. They've got it down to 4 and plenty of time to go, and this one should be a great finish here.
And don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian.
So the two teams coming out of the break here. The student section,
oh yeah, the hooligans,
really getting into it for the Irish here as they are now within 4.
Hooligans out in full force, filling the bleachers.
Love to see it.
Nothing better than high school basketball in a packed gymnasium.
Tornadoes get it in. Irish turning up the pressure. Trenton able to break the press. Almost losing it. Now the layup attempt is no good. Follow-up attempt is good. Devontae Hudson, a big bucket for Trenton. It gives them a little bit of breathing room, and now having trouble getting it in, and a turnover. And unable to get it to fall. Irish do come up, and now a foul. And that one is a pretty clear call right in front of us. As JP Merluz draws the contact. Second team foul against Trenton. As Tisha Mathilier checks back in.
One, 2-2 full court press here from the high.
They get it into Mathilier. Gets it back to Cottrell, Donovan Cottrell. Not as much resistance that time in the full court press.
Now the 1-2-2 is meant to just get you to take your time and force the ball into the corner for a potential turnover. It's really more of just a stagnant press than it is a full court pressure.
And Merluz gets it over, gets it back. His three is on the way. Merluz long with that one. Offensive rebound up by Cottrell. His layup up and good. What a play by Donovan Cottrell. I don't think he saw where that ball was going, but he was able to get the basket. And now a foul called against Luke Foley.
That one actually is the right call. It's one of the tougher calls as a coach because you're proud of your guy for hustling, but both guys going for the ball, one guy on the floor, if you trip over him, they're going to call that.
Tornadoes set to inbound underneath their own basket. They get it in. Antoine Bridget. Bridget guarded closely by Dylan Nelson. And now the Irish force another loose ball and another turnover. Foley picks it up. And they'll slow things down. As JP Merluz now switches to his right hand. And now picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Nelson. Dylan Nelson, hounded. Switches up. Gets it out. Three ball almost on the way. Thought about it. Now drive to the basket. A lot of contact. No call.
Crazy.
Tornadoes with the rebound. That's a three. It's on the way. That one up and good. A momentum changer. That is Bridget with the three. That's a big shot for Trenton as they push the lead back to 7 with 4.5 to go in the final quarter. And trying to get the ball down low. Vlahos spinning layup attempt is good. Chris Vlahos continuing to be the offensive star of the second half for the Irish. Now a pull-up three is on the way. That one is good. Back-to-back threes by Antoine Bridget as he is putting the Tornadoes on his back here in the fourth quarter.
I said it to you before we were on air. This is the most dangerous player on this roster because of his ability to score in bunches. For Trenton, a season ago, multiple 30-point performances, multiple 25-point performances from this kid. Antoine Bridget's made for the moment. He understands what this coaching staff expects from him from a night-to-night basis, and he's okay with taking the big shot, as we've just seen back-to-back possessions.
And he is their leading three-point shooter. He came in with 13 threes made on the season, made a couple of them in the last few possessions there. But Mike, I got to go back to something that happened at the other end. Another very questionable non-call that seemingly changed the momentum of this game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt, no doubt. It's definitely been the storyline that we didn't want, right? You know, you never want to have the guys in the striped jerseys having too much of an impact on this game. I don't think that's the case totally in this point yet. Notre Dame's made plenty of mistakes to keep them out of this one, and Trenton has done a great job executing tonight as why they have an 8-point lead right now. But JP Merluz got clobbered on the other side of the floor, and whistles just did not get blown. And yeah, I mean, add it to the laundry list of missed calls tonight.
Well, there's still plenty of time for the Irish to get back into this one. They're down by 8. They got 4 minutes and 15 seconds to work with. And we've seen them score in bunches here in the second half. So they certainly have more than enough time to make a move here as Tisha Mathilier double teamed in the backcourt. Irish able to break the press, now driving to the basket and giving it off to Vlahos. Vlahos, and now back with the basketball, and he gets it over to Foley. Luke Foley gets it over. Cottrell thought about a three. Gets it over to Vlahos. Vlahos driving to the basket. Left hand layup up and good. Chris Vlahos does it again as he gets his team back within 6. And now driving to the basket, kicking it out. Long three. Demir Bailey's three off the mark. Rebounded by Vlahos. He gets it up, almost turned it over. Three ball on the way by Cottrell. That one long, gets his own miss. And a lot of contact there. No call once again.
They called a travel on Moore, I believe it was.
Might have been a little bit of a makeup call there.
It's a good theory.
Either way, the Irish will inbound underneath the Trenton basket. 3:19 to go. They trail by 6, 42-36.
And right now, Trenton's going to put Brazil Fields back in to mark up Vlahos, realizing the Irish exploiting the size mismatch Vlahos had on Moore.
Vlahos takes the inbounds pass, gets it off to Croce. Big shot by Croce. He knocks it down a long two, and they're back within 4.
Trading threes for twos is a dangerous game, but Notre Dame, they're locked into this game plan tonight, just getting any easy look they want right now.
Wilson gets it over to Fields. Fields hands it off, and a lot of contact there, no call. Brazil Fields once again with the basketball. As we close in on 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Chris Wilson, contact there, he regains it. He calmly regains possession and hits the turnaround jumper. That's a big shot for the Tornadoes as they're back up by 6.
Hard to teach that kind of stuff right there. Composure, calmness, you name it. I mean, Wilson's got it. He's a great player.
Tisha Mathilier kicks it out. Long three is on the way. That's back rim, no good. Rebounded by Mathilier, but it goes out of bounds.
Checking in for the Irish, number 2, Dylan Nelson.
Dylan Nelson back into the game for Notre Dame. And Trenton holding a 6-point lead, just over 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And driving to the basket and dishing it off, a nice pass into Demir Bailey with the finish. Trenton's lead back up to 8. A timeout called by the Irish. Jamer Doors and Windows is a 4th-generation family-owned and operated business since 1920 with showrooms in Lawrenceville and Yardley. Jamer provides sales, service, and installation of garage doors and openers featuring Rainer garage doors, both steel and aluminum. Rainer garage doors are crafted for durability. Jamer also has entry doors, patio doors, storm doors, and windows, and they do their own work and installation using no subcontractors. Visit their showroom at 2850 Brunswick Pike, Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. Their Yardley showroom, open by appointment, call 215-493-7709. Jamer Doors and Windows, 101 years of quality and commitment, and an A+ Better Business Bureau rated. As we're just about to come out of the timeout here, what was once a 4-point game now suddenly back up to 8. Under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. A nice little spurt there by Trenton Central. A good answer to a previous run by the Irish.
And it seems like if Notre Dame's going to have any chance to really come back in this one and at least take a lead here in the final 2, they're going to have to hit some outside shots. It's getting to that point. You can definitely come back from an 8-point lead with 2s, but at the rate that Trenton has controlled the rock, not turning it over the way that they have been of late, and executing offensively, it's going to be tough for the Irish to do that without hitting 3s.
Irish able to break the press. Croce Picks up his dribble. Gets it into Mathilier. Steisha Mathilier backing down. His right-hand shot is up, no good. It goes out of bounds. I believe it'll stay with the Irish. They get it in and get it down low. Backing down is nice play by Cottrell. Donovan Cottrell, another athletic layup, gets it down to a 6-point game.
Cottrell and Vlahos really just being the catalyst for Notre Dame down the stretch.
Irish down by 6. They need a stop here. And a nice spin move and
Great call.
a travel called, I believe.
Offensive, they got him for the hook.
Offensive foul, excuse me. That's a big one too. 6-point game. The Irish have the chance to pull within 4, maybe even make it a 1-possession game with a 3. Foley takes the inbounds pass. Just over a minute to go. They do need to move with some kind of quickness here. 3 ball by Cottrell is up. That one's off the mark. Mathilier the rebound, and he's fouled on the way up. So with a minute 2 to go, Steisha Mathilier will head to the foul line. His team trailing by 6.
Couple of big free throws here for Steisha. You mentioned it earlier, Rob, a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Pretty much for his career, that's where he hovers around. He's got to work on that touch.
Off the mark with the first one.
The West Point commit, Steisha Mathilier. And just an outstanding young man. You talk to him, he's very nice, just such a nice kid, and you wish nothing but the best for him at the next level, somebody you can easily root for.
1 and 2 at the line. Once again, staying right on that average. 1 of 2 his first time at the line, 1 of 2 his second time.
Yep. Consistency.
Of course, in the situation we have right here, they would have preferred 2 of 2 at the line. Instead, we got a 5-point game with under a minute to go. Trenton Central in possession. We'll see what the Irish game plan is defensively. And that's a travel. That's another big turnover. Antoine Bridget thought that he drew some contact there, and I think he may have had a case.
I thought the ball got knocked out of his hand for a second.
Mathilier takes the inbounds pass. They get it up to Foley. Irish need to move in a hurry here. Luke Foley gets it into Mathilier. Mathilier turning around. Mathilier spins. His right-hand shot deflected, no good. And a loose ball. I believe there will be a foul called against Mathilier.
I think they got Cottrell, and out of all the tie-ups we've seen tonight, that one probably the gentlest tie-up you could get. Made a lot of contact with the ball as well, so just it's been one of those nights for Notre Dame where you kind of just have, like Cottrell right now, palms to the sky, kind of just asking how or why, but is what it is.
Trenton gets the ball in. They break the press here. And a foul called against Dylan Nelson. 29.3 to go. The Irish trailing by 5, 46-41. And they're not yet in the penalty. The next foul will put them there. And there is that foul that will put them in the penalty. That's Luke Foley. He'll be called for that one.
And checking in for the Irish, number 22, Steisha Mathilier, number 15, Jake Roche.
That'll send Calvin Moore to the foul line. One and one. First end is good. He'll get a second chance at the foul line. And I'll make it a 6-point game, 47-41 with 27 and a half to go in regulation. 2:02 at the line for more. A timeout called by Notre Dame. Make your New Year's resolution to stay in shape and to stay healthy at your neighborhood Capital Area YMCA at 359 Pennington Avenue in Trenton. Adults and senior citizens, your hometown Capital Area YMCA offers fitness classes to meet your goals with convenient hours, even for those who work. Yoga classes, silver sneaker programs, total body fitness classes, spin and stretch classes, even hip-hop step classes. The Capital Area YMCA has the state-of-the-art workout equipment. For more information on their classes and wellness center, visit capitalymca.org. That's capitalymca.org. Your hometown Capital Area YMCA at 359 Pennington Avenue in Trenton, offering you a better and healthier lifestyle in 2023. As we're out of the timeout, Irish trailing by 6, 27.5 to go in regulation. Luke Foley driving. Foley hit hard on the way up, and he's injured. He is down in pain on the far baseline, holding his right knee. That was a hard foul on the drive. As Luke Foley still being attended to. 20.6 to go. Irish trail by 7.
Hush over the crowd here for Luke Foley, getting attended to by the Notre Dame medical staff. A multi-sport athlete here, a member of student government. Just an all-around great kid, great student here at Notre Dame. And I know Coach Joe Drulis of the baseball team kind of holding his breath maybe a little bit. Is he a pitcher for Joe as well? So it seems like Luke's going to be okay. He's going to walk over to the bench. Looks like it's a calf cramp he's got. He's got one of those muscle rollers in hand, so it seems like he's going to be okay.
20.6 Irish inbound. They get it into Mathilier. Mathilier has it stripped. And now a jump ball. Good hustle there by Mathilier. And the jump ball will get, regain possession for Notre Dame. As Tisha Mathilier now with 15 seconds left. Irish basically in the miracle stage at this point. They need 7 points. They need to make up 7 points in the final 15 seconds here.
A special shout out to Notre Dame coach Tim Stevens right there, doing the dirty work, right? Grabbing a towel, mopping up the perspiration. Head coach doing that.
Irish get it in as we're under 15 to go here. Now under 10 seconds, long three is on the way. That one off the mark. A loose ball kicked out. Trenton Central is about to wrap this one up here as the layup by Brazil Fields is good. Last second heave, no good. It's going to be a 50-41 victory for the Tornadoes here at Notre Dame High School. We'll be back with our Italian People's Bakery player of the game and a post-game wrap-up after a word from our sponsors here on the WBCB Sports Network.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education. no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese.